I'm Trey Rents, and this is my friend
Joseph Coatney.
And welcome to another iteration. It's not an iteration. It's more of like an episode.
It's an episode,
but,
yeah. If we change it up a little bit, it could be an iteration.
Ooh, that's true. So, how much change does it take to become a new iteration? That's the question.
I think if we did a scripted show, that's a different. I was thinking today actually about how it's like a meta joke when, because when you watch Seinfeld, that's supposed to be real life, right?
Right.
But then you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, and then it has Seinfeld within the show, making the show.
So it's very meta in that way.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that Curb Your Enthusiasm is real life in that show.
Right. That's true. So Seinfeld is not real life. It's like a second. It's inception of Seinfeld.
Yes.
So Curb is not a real show, or it's not a real life, but it pretends to be real life.
Yeah.
And then Seinfeld is also real life, but it's also not as the same as Curb. So it's like a level below. So here we're the inception of Seinfeld. And that's what you get here at Rennie and Doc. Did I mention the show name?
You did.
So we missed last week. It was some unforeseen incidents that occurred, and
I got to
fine.
know my toilet very well.
Okay, well, that's fine. The toilet is a great place to be, especially when you're alone. And so one of the things that I hate to get so serious. First of all, it's so damn hot in here. It makes me mad. I turned the thermostat to 65 to mitigate this, but I turned the fan off. It's hot. Makes me mad. I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt for some reason. We're both long sleeve boys, and that's what we call ourselves. That's our gang.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to get into this thing. Oh! Before I say anything else, I'm wearing this shirt because not tomorrow, but as this comes out, as this releases, tomorrow is the 4th of July. So guess what?
Yeah. You planned it out,
It's the
sack
I'm a sack of potatoes is what I am.
sack of potatoes.
This is the only shirt that I have that has an American flag on it.
I have a jacket with an American flag patch.
Are you very patriotic? Because I'm not really.
Not in the way that most people think.
What
I'm
does that mean?
patriotic in the way of F your taxes. I'm going to throw all this tea in the
I'm
water.
that
kind of
antisocial.
patriotic, yeah.
That's what. I am also not very patriotic. This. Oh boy, we're early on getting people pissed off. Early on in my life, I'm talking. What is pre-high school? Well, you don't know. You were homeschooled.
It's all just school where I went.
All right, so 9th grade, maybe on through high school, and even now, when they do the Pledge of Allegiance, or they do the what do they call that? What is that song called? It's not. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be an American. It's not that song.
Is it the
national anthem? Yeah, that's right. I'll stand like everybody else does, but I never put my hand on my heart.
I don't either. I never did either.
I haven't done the Pledge of Allegiance since the 9th grade because there's something in my guts that doesn't like the idea of pledging. Now I want the people to think about this. You're pledging allegiance to a place or a system of government. I like America. I love America.
Yeah.
I do think that America, especially in this time and day, that America is the best country. I really do think that.
I do too.
But the idea of pledging my allegiance
to a thing that constantly changes.
Right. I don't like that. I think it's a little bit anti-Christian or anti-Bible or even if you're Muslim or whatever. I think it's anti that.
I think it's anti-freedom. It's like
ooh, yeah.
Like when the founding fathers made this thing, it was supposed to be this free country, and then then we did exactly. Then we just over time rebuilt structures of government, and now we're where we were, but probably worse.
I wouldn't say it's worse. Maybe it is.
The taxes are.
Well, the taxes are definitely worse. And I don't know. I think the pledge was like, and maybe I'll fact check it after the moment, but I think it was like in the 50s or 40s.
That seems.
It's way after the the nation was formed that we decided to do the Pledge of Allegiance. But nevertheless, I do love America. I am not a giant lover of America. Lover America?
Lover America.
I'm a lover of America. I'm a Green Day guy. Anyways. But I do think that America is probably the best country in the world, especially now. You know, a lot of people talk about, it's not political, but a lot of people talk about, and I used to make this argument that, oh, you have free speech and everybody's free in other countries. My ass, they are. Yeah. They're not. Canada sucks. Yeah. England sucks. You can't say whatever you want. This is the only place. Yeah. And this is why I love America. And this is why I love this podcast, because I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
As long as I'm not creating violence because of it. You can't do that crap in Canada and England like I thought.
You don't want to incite an erection.
Yeah, that's true. It's this. Erections are the worst, except for
I almost fumbled that.
Well, it's a wordplay, so I won't. Boy, I'm sweating already. Good God. Anyways, enough of that. I just wanted to talk about, because July 4th is tomorrow as we release it. And that's why we're the short.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, 3rd.
I wore my Cure shirt.
Well, you came from work, so I can't. I have a lot more time to think about things. Anyways, past that, to get serious, and I think I'm almost positive we've been friends for over 20 years. I think I'm sure we have touched on this, but I think often, and more often recently, about the idea of free will.
Yeah.
The idea of determinism, the idea of predestiny, and the idea of destiny. Now, I think all those things work together in some way. And I'm springing this on the people don't know this, but I'm springing it on you. And I spring a lot of stuff on you.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I don't want you to think about it. I want it to come off the cuff.
Yeah. No, I like it too. Because
yeah.
And anything that, yeah.
Anything that, I agree with you.
Anything that you could bring to light that I may have not been thinking about.
Right. Okay. So, I often think of, and maybe I think about it too much. I will say that I probably do think about it too much. The idea that things could be, like, if this is your life on a timeline, the idea of things that are set in your life.
Yeah.
Not that everything that you do, like I took the groceries in and I could have not taken the groceries, but major points in your life, like I broke up with Sandra here, but I could have stayed with her, but I broke up with her. Yeah. Or I killed this guy. I mean, we're not killing people, but major points, it's just a setup. Major points in your life, are they, in my mind, I wonder, are they preset that you were going to do it? Or did you decide to do it at the time? Or was it always going to happen because things are set as they are and they were going to be this way because this was a set point in your life?
I don't tend to believe in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because free will, that would take away free will. You're just like imposed will.
Right. One of the things I have it here. You're a big. I don't know if you're a big Greek guy.
Not really.
Huh. One of the things that, now, to be honest with you, I did not know about this until a very beautiful woman told me about this. But this is the story of Oedipus. Do you know the story of Oedipus?
Sounds familiar.
All right. So let's watch this.
I'm really bad with names, so it's hard for me to keep track of.
Can I just say this? It's called Oedipus, but there's an O in front of that. And that makes me mad because it should be Oedipus. But I don't want to get mired down to the details because this is a different language. But let's watch this. It sort of plays into this thing. And this came to me 30 minutes ago. But 30 minutes before you got here. Anyways,
When Oedipus' mother, Queen Jocasta of Thebes, gave birth to him, a grim
we won't watch the whole thing.
Seized the occasion. Her husband, King Laius, had received a prophecy from Apollo's oracle, foretelling that he would die at the hands of his own son.
Okay.
Determined to escape this fate, Laius had the newborn's ankles pierced, and Jocasta ordered
deal with
the
ankles in
shepherd
Greeks.
to abandon him on Mount Cithaeron to perish. But divine prophecies can be quite stubborn. The shepherd took pity on the baby and gave him to another shepherd. This one from
Are these
Corinth.
things supposed to be real, or like these are
To bring the
tales?
baby to the
I get
child
confused
I don't
on
know.
Greeks.
Corinthian king and queen, Polybus and Merope.
'Cause Corinth
They
is a
called
place
the boy
in the old
Oedipus,
times.
or swollen foot, and raised him as their own, never revealing his true origin. Years passed till one night a drunken reveler told Oedipus that he was not Polybus and Merope's son by birth, an allegation they staunchly denied. But the seeds of doubt burrowed into Oedipus' mind. He left to seek counsel from Apollo's oracle at Delphi, who instead delivered a deeply disturbing prophecy. Oedipus would murder his father and have children with his mother.
That stuck out to me.
Horrified, Oedipus determined
I wouldn't
to
want to do that
stay
either.
far from Corinth and the only parents he'd ever known. He ventured towards Thebes, and thus unwittingly towards the city where his birth parents reigned. At a crossroads on the way, a fancy carriage threatened to run Oedipus off the road, and a lethal fight ensued. Little did Oedipus know, one of the casualties was King Laius of Thebes, his own birth father. In killing him, Oedipus had fulfilled the first half of Apollo's prophecy.
Interesting.
When Oedipus reached the gates of Thebes, he was met by the treacherous Sphinx. She'd ravaged the city, posing a bewildering
very
riddle to
sexy.
those she encountered, and mercilessly devouring all who answered incorrectly. But when she fixed her keen, expectant gaze on Oedipus, he gave the correct response. Thebes celebrated the Sphinx's defeat, and Oedipus married the city's recently widowed queen, Jocasta. They had 4 children, neither realizing they were, in fact, mother and son, or that they'd completed the second half of Apollo's prophecy.
So, all that to say this, and this I take this as a story. I don't take this as something that has happened.
Oh yeah.
But the idea that things are set, and that when he heard the news, like he heard all of this before,
Yeah.
and I'm just saying, I don't think this is true.
Yeah.
And maybe it is true.
Theoretically,
Yeah, theoretically. So he heard all these prophecies
Yeah.
and did everything he could think about to, like he went away. He tried everything to get away from it. And by doing that action to try to get away caused the thing
Yeah.
that was going to happen. So this is the thing about the free will, like, and the because I believe in free will, I really do. But I also think that there could be a set point or ending.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I hope I'm not. You know, I'm a Christian. I don't technically believe in like predestination like Calvinists believe, but maybe I don't know. What do you think about that? It's like
I just can't see life being real without it.
What do you mean?
Without the free will. Like predestiny.
But
Because then that gets real deep. Like, where's that coming from?
Well, in my mind, it would be coming from God.
But if I get murdered tonight on my way home, viciously stabbed.
Right. Was it supposed to happen? Or did somebody decide to do it because of their free will and decided to murder you
That's what
on
I
a
think.
whim?
Yeah.
Right. I tend to believe that.
Don't stab me. I'm allergic to knives.
But do you ever go through things? And this is what jolts me a little bit. Do you ever go through things in life where you go, "Oh, this is weird. Why is this happening?"
Yes, I do.
And this shouldn't. Logically, this thing shouldn't happen. Like so many coincidences. Like, I'm thinking one in mind. I'm not going to say it on the thing, but like this happens, and you go, "Okay, that's fine. That happens all the time." This happens to coincide with the first thing. You go, oh, that's weird, probably a coincidence. And then the next thing happens, you go, and it coincides with the first two, and you go, that's really weird. And then the fourth thing happens, you go, what the hell is happening? Because this coincides. And then a fifth thing happens, you go, what am I am I not seeing a pattern that I should be seeing, or am I an idiot because I'm not noticing it?
When I get those situations, if it's just that humans are really big pattern, we look for patterns. And so maybe we're making things make way more sense than it is. It's just stuff.
So what is coincidence? What do you think coincidence is? Is it just like a coincidence, or is it something that
are we talking big ones or small?
Anything. Because here's the thing. A coincidence can be like there's a Seinfeld thing about big coincidence or a little coincidence. Yeah. And I think they're the same.
Yeah.
But what is coincidence? And sometimes, I'm a grandiose man. I'm a grandiose man. I can't help it. I try to find, like you said, patterns.
Yeah.
I try to find the big patterns because I see all the little patterns.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to piece this puzzle, and I think it's a fault in me.
I do that too, and I think that there is no puzzle to be built.
Okay.
But that doesn't help me stop myself.
Well, either way you think, though, I don't think I don't think trying to find the forward explanation is detrimental. It doesn't help whether you think like you or whether you think like me.
I'll use my cat as an analogy.
Okay.
He likes to catch bugs and eat them. There was one night. Now, how do I tell this? One night in the bedroom, there's a little crack by the wall in the floor. Okay. And he saw a spider. He didn't get to it in time, and it went down that crack. For weeks, every night, he would go in there and look to see if that spider was there. Now, the odds of him finding that spider again, next to nothing.
Right.
But he had gotten his head that there was a pattern there, and I'll go and get that spider. But he's more likely to find one somewhere else in the house.
So, is it all beings that try to find patterns?
I don't know.
Maybe it's not just humans.
It was funny because he would just walk in there and just stare at the floor. Because
even in my brain, I go, it's possible that spider lives there.
Yeah.
I know nothing about spiders. Yeah. I know nothing about cats. But in my brain, I go, if I saw it go here, there's a small probability or a big probability that it also resides there, and that if I come back, it could be there again.
Yeah. And I did the same thing too. I'm not faulting my cat. I came home one night after dark, and I was going around to open the gate to go in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah.
This huge possum, fattest possum I've ever seen in my life, jumps up onto the fence, scared the poo-poo out of me.
Poo-poo!
So every night since then, I get my flashlight out, and I look at the gate before I go up to it and go, all right, where you at? Never seen him again.
Is that patterns or superstition?
That's not superstition, is it?
Well, it could be constructed.
It's not like I think he's a spirit trying to get me.
No, well, that's true. But like...
You think he's a fat possum? Because my whole neighborhood has dogs, and I think that's how he got to be about that big around.
To eat dogs?
No,
what are you saying? Like, so many dogs are eating all the dogs!
A lot of people leave dried dog food out for the
dogs. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
he just cruised in the neighborhood, just
right,
packing it on.
No, I say superstition because it could be construed or is it constrapolated? Am I saying the wrong word? Am I an idiot? I don't know. I could be an idiot. I probably am. Extrapolated. I am an idiot. But the idea of these patterns over millennia, and you go...
but we wouldn't have gotten anywhere in society, because if you picked some berries, you ate them, you died.
Yeah.
And then
I wouldn't want to eat those berries.
Yeah. So that recognition helps everybody else that didn't eat the berries to go, hey, that's those berries that Trey ate.
So is that pattern or cause and effect? Could it be construed as a pattern? Because it could be a pattern if it went long enough or if it went more, but if you learn, it's still a pattern if you see the first step of the pattern.
That's true.
So maybe it's both. I don't know. Anyways, that was on my mind. Free will, we could talk about that for It's not a short subject, but it is something that's on my mind all the time, and more so, the idea of things happening for a reason, or things happening that were supposed to happen.
You just enlightened me to something that I've said a lot. This is going to sound really rude and conceited.
I don't care.
I don't think that I'm a super intelligent guy. I think I'm just a regular guy. But I see people in daily life, meet them, and their coworkers, their whatever, and I never knew how to explain them. I say they're just living. They're just living.
Explain the coworkers.
They're living reactively, basically.
Yeah.
They're they're like a bag in the wind or something. Like,
right.
It's there's nothing.
They're going with the flow
down.
in a way.
Yeah, but in a like, I don't even mean like I've got a life plan. I just mean like just in general, just there's no like grounding. I don't know how to put it, but that's you. I already forgotten what you said that triggered that.
Well, I'm glad we got to it. I can't burrow into your mind.
Do you know those people though? You meet?
Yes, they're not proactive.
Life happens to them,
right? And they're not trudging and creating their own path.
And those people don't. I don't think they think about anything beyond just what is happening.
Yeah,
it's not like a broad. They don't sit around and go.
Do you think most people are like that though?
I'm starting to think so because I remember again I was.
Is that a happier life? It may be because I think I think too much.
Yeah.
And I've said before, I have these grandiose ideas of what could be or what does this mean. Mm-hmm. I've made fun of dumb people for so many years that I've said to you before, I wish I was one of those dumb people because they're so much happier.
Yeah.
They're so happy being blissfully ignorant. I wish I was so dumb. And I think you disagreed with me on that.
I did.
Yeah.
Because the allegory
life is
of the
a misery
cave.
when you think too much.
I went out of the cave.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'd rather have the misery and be aware of it than... But we did the same thing with the Matrix, so...
That's true. I go back and forth. I think I go back and forth all the time. Because
that's fair.
I don't know.
I'm not saying I would be happy.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't be happy.
Like if I had to live like a caveman, but that was the truth, I would do it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be happy. It'd be hard life. It would be hard life. See, I'm already kind of.
You're a caveman already.
Kind of getting there.
It would be hard life.
It would be hard life.
Jane loves Tarzan. All right, so we should get into a couple videos.
Okay.
Just a couple before we get into, because I don't want to be all the deep boy. And boy, I don't think I was ready for this. Let's see. I go back and forth about if the show should be serious or not, but I kind of like that it's both. Like it's serious and dumb at the same time because I think that's us.
Yeah.
I think that we have these I wouldn't call it profound, but sometimes I think profound thoughts about life and what it means. And I wonder if people out there in the world have these same thoughts. And I assume they do. I hope they do, because I think that makes you a better person to at least wonder about these things that are happening.
Yeah.
Because, as I said, it would be a happier life to not have these profound thoughts and just go, and just go through things and not think about it. But, all right, so I think this is a thing we haven't seen yet.
No, we did watch this one.
Oh, we watched this one. Okay. So let me see. We missed last week, so it's throwing me off a little bit, and now I can't find the cursor. Back to the show where I can't find the cursor. Now, do you see me? I'm hitting the button. All right, there we go. I hit it. You have to hit it 15 times first.
Oh, okay.
All right, what is this? Hold on. Yeah, we saw that one. Oh, okay. Here we go. We're in the new stuff now, baby. All right, here we go. Acoustic levitation.
I've seen this.
This is profound to me.
It's pretty amazing.
Now, why is this? Knowing what we know about gravity, you know, people have bitched about things that I've said and you've said about gravity. Why does this happen if gravity is the way we think it is?
I don't know, unless you kind of think of...
this could be a dumb guy saying...
Well, I'm a dumb guy, too. So
we're two dumb guys talking about something we don't understand.
Acoustics are vibrating the air, and that's what's holding them there.
Vibrating the air?
Yeah. Like when you strum a guitar or something.
That vibrates the air?
Vibrates the air.
Huh.
That's how you hear it.
I thought about
the air that's vibrating hits your ear.
Okay. So vibration... So if I could extrapolate this out 1,000 times fold, could I make myself with my mass like 185 pounds? Like I could...
I don't know much about how that works, so... But I mean, theoretically, I would say, but as a former scientist...
Yeah, you gave it up. You don't want to live that life anymore. It's a hard life.
It was a hard life.
We're not going to get to the depths of that. Let's just go to the next one. Okay, what is this? All right, right in the nuts. All right, right in the face. All right. Right in the face again. Well, you know.
He's playing the wrong sport.
That's true. He needs to be a fighter or a John Wick guy. What are the odds, though? That's the funny... That's the funny thing. The odds. Right? You know... Well, I would preferably be the guy who got hit in the face with the ball. But I don't think... This is for the women in the audience. They don't understand the pain.
No.
Maybe they do, because they're going to complain about childbirth and all this stuff. But that's fine. That's one thing. Nut shots. That could happen at any moment.
I've wanted to vomit before.
Yes. It's a vomitous gut.
Luckily,
problem.
It's not a very long-lasting pain.
No, that's true. That's true.
It's a...
You're Mr. Brightside. You're very... Look on the bright side of things. Like that Monty Python.
Yeah.
I never saw that Monty Python movie. I thought it was a little sacrilegious. I gotta say.
It's not.
I should watch it because I like most of the other ones. All right, one more, and
because they said they wanted to make a movie like Holy Grail, but where's Jesus? And then they said they were reading the Bible and all this stuff, and they said there's nothing, you can't make fun of anything he says because it's all good.
Right. I appreciate that. All right, one more. We'll call it good. We'll see if we're going to go too long, but I don't think we are. I don't know what this is. These are so old. Oh, this is interesting. This is a hotel.
Oh my gosh, it's already wrong.
I assume in an Asian country. It's a very clever way of getting into a hotel.
Hello?
I assume they're using a magnet.
Wait.
And this could be fake.
Yeah.
But I think this is something
something
that actually could happen.
Oh my god.
It does seem fake the way the guy was already way
Right.
down. But yeah, that is weird.
I could see, they used to talk about people breaking into hotel rooms. I was like, how, like, you have to have the key card. Half the time, the key card doesn't even work.
Yeah.
And you have to go down to the place and you're like, this key. But anyways,
yeah.
And then I always lock everything and you put the lock, that sliding lock thing.
Yeah.
That's fine. But that was very illuminating to me because I thought would have never thought about this. But I'm not a criminal. You know, criminals are very smart.
Yeah.
Everybody says they're dumb, but they are smart.
Yeah.
They think of the most ingenious ways to not go to work.
Yes.
and
do.
make money. So, anyways, I think that's enough. Hopefully you have enough data on your phone.
Hopefully.
And that's fine. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Brilliant Doc. Sorry for missing last week. It's not that big a deal because you probably don't watch it anyways. But we'll see you next time on the next episode of Brilliant Doc.